Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm participating in the Tricksters with Treats collaboration that is hosted by my friends Dawn from Shabby Meets Bling, Tracy from Tracy Vanover Design, and Martina from The Secret Craft Room. I'm going to be making a Pumpty Dumpty. So I have this perfectly shaped pumpkin that I got from a thrift store many years ago. And I'm just going to be taking my Crayola Model Magic foam clay, and I am going to be making a face, and I will be making arms and legs for him too. The first thing I'm going to do is work on the face. So I just need to get some of my clay rolled out to a certain shape that I can put on the pumpkin here so I can start creating his face. All right, so let's just kind of set this on here. So I'm going to go ahead and press it in the grooves, and I'm just going to try to get the edges as I want to say as thin as possible here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because the pumpkin, of course, is, got some bumps in it. Now this is where I'm going to start with my nose. I've just taken this piece of clay here, and I'm actually going to be wetting this clay as I work because I know this is going to take me a while and I don't want the clay to dry out on me. So I'm just going to be blending this little chunk of clay here for his nose in with the other piece. I'm not going to be shaping it just yet. Needs a little bit more water here. All right, so I have this on here, not shaped of course, but I want to go ahead and make a section here for his eyes. So I'm just going to roll out some clay like so. And I'm going to push this down because I want to build up where his eyes are going to be going. I'm just going to use my paintbrush here and try to get this all blended in. Push it down. I'm trying to make this seamless as possible. And I know I'm going to probably be adding some more clay in here, but the next thing I want to do is work on his cheek that is going to be underneath the eyes. I'm going to do one side at a time here. Alright, so I did add some clay here to part of his cheek, but it needs to be built out a little bit more. So I'm going to add another piece, going to keep this really wet, and keep using my paintbrush here to blend it all in. And I'm going to add a little bit more clay. All right, now that I have that all blended together, I'm going to get some more clay here. And I'm going to do the nose. I'm putting these little balls on each side of the nose and one on the very tip. I'm giving him more of a natural looking nose. He's even going to get some little nostrils too. Again, I'm just going to be using my paintbrush here to try to blend it all in. All right, I'm going to continue on working on the face here. I'm going to get the other side done, and then I'll be working on the mouth. All right, now I have all of the face done here except for the mouth. Still keeping this really wet. I'm not sure what kind of mouth I want to put on here. I have sped this up a bit. I'm just kind of playing with it first. I don't know if I want to do a smiley face. I'm starting with the lower lip here, or if I want to do an expression on his face like he's going, oh no, I'm falling. But I'm going to start with the smiley face first. Just want to make sure I get this all blended in. And let's start on the upper lip here. I'm going to continue to work on this and decide if I want to keep it this way or change the shape of the mouth. And guess what? I decided to change the shape of the mouth. Yeah, I think I like having this O shape for his mouth because you know Humpty Dumpty's getting ready to fall. So I just need to keep blending in with my paintbrush here at the end. And get it wet again. All right, I think I like that a lot better. All right, so I decided to make the mouth just a little bit bigger, and now I want to work on the chin. Just going to put a bunch of clay here. Going to work with it wet and continue to use my paintbrush to blend it in. And so I have sped this up. I wish I could work this fast. This is sped up a little bit. Just trying to get the right shape that I want. All right, I also went in and just did some eyes here. As you can see, just the little round part. I wanted to do something in there. I wasn't sure how to do the eyes exactly. Just gonna add some more water here, make sure everything gets smoothed out. And now his face is done. I need to let him dry for a few days. All right, so now that he is all dry, I need to do the arms and the legs, and I'm just using some of this wire here that I'm going to cut kind of long. I'm going to get 2 pieces. Okay, and I'm going to take some aluminum foil. Go ahead and stick this in here. I'm trying to figure out how long I want to have this. I'm going to go ahead and wrap some foil around here and just make a shape for an arm. All right, so I have my shape, and now I'm taking my clay, going to roll it out, and I'm going to cover the piece of foil. And this doesn't have to be smooth. I'm not trying to make this super smooth. I am trying to have it a little bit bumpy. I'm going to add a little bit more. All right, so I have one arm done and the other, actually I got two arms done here. And all I've done to attach them was do some E6000 plus some hot glue. And I'm gonna have to let this sit for a few days also. But the first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna be covering up the rest of this wire with some of my floral tape. And I like this green, I'm going to keep it green. This is going to be vines that are coming off. So instead of hands, he's going to have vines. So I'm just going to be trying to get this to stick as much as possible. It is sticky, but it's not really wanting to stay on the wire very good. All right, so I've got most of this wrapped. I'm going to continue on, get the rest of it done. I'm going to go to the very end with it. Okay, and now I am going to be curling this. I'm going to curl it into any kind of shape I want to do. All right. And I'm going to do the other arm just like I did this one. All right, so I have both arms done, and these are the wires for the legs. Again, I'm going to use some aluminum foil to shape the legs. Need just a little bit more here. And I went ahead and got this one covered with the clay. I got the other one ready to go. I have to add a little bit more clay on here. Let's get it rolled out. And let's wrap a little bit more down here. Make sure I get this all covered. All right, now that I have that done, I am going to be adding some feet onto here and, of course, some more of this floral tape. Now, just shaping these feet, I don't know what I'm doing, just kind of making it a little curvy. I do have this sped up here. And I'm just going to be sticking these on the end of the wires. All right, now I'm just going to be pushing these onto the wire. And I let everything dry for a few days, and I added some more wire to the ends of the shoes. Also, he started cracking, but that's okay because he's Pumpty Dumpty. He can have a few cracks. All right, now I need to start painting him. I'm going to be using terracotta. I love to use this color for pumpkins. The arms and the legs will be a different color. Let me go ahead and get his whole body and face painted with the terracotta. And I'm probably going to do a couple coats to make sure it's covered really well. But I'm already loving the color that he looks with this. Like I said, I love to use terracotta to paint pumpkins with. All right, so I've done a couple coats and he is dry. I did black on the arms and the legs, and I did use the terracotta for his shoes. And I'm taking the color straw And I'm using my stencil brush and I'm just pouncing this on. I'm just going to do it around the face area only. But it's not going to be looking like this because I'm actually going to be going back over it with the terracotta while it's wet and then back with the straw and just keep going until I get the color that I want. Alright, so the straw is done and it is still wet, so I'm coming back on with the terracotta and I'm going around. And like I said, I'm going to be adding the straw in here also. Just keep going until I get the desired shade of the face that I want to do. You can see I'm taking some more of that straw color and putting it over. Alright, so here's how he turned out. I also did it on the shoes. And I went ahead and used the straw, the terracotta, and my warm white to make little dots on his arms and legs. I think it looks so cute. And now I need to work on a hat. He needs to have a hat. Got to make a little Humpty Dumpty hat. And I will also be putting a bow tie on him. So I printed off this Harlequin paper from Creative Fabrica, and I took my terracotta and my straw and I went back and forth with the colors, just did little dots in between. And I have my little pattern for a top hat, just trying to figure out where I want to place this. And I'm just going to be cutting it out with some scissors. Alright, and then I want to do this piece here. So this is going to look like this. And this is the bottom of the hat, the brim. And then I want to cut out the top of the hat also, the smaller circle. Alright, I have all my pieces done, and I'm just going to hot glue this together. I'm going to put a bead of hot glue and just do it like that. Just trying to figure out how I want to line everything up with the pattern here. Need a little bit more glue there. Alright, so I want to go ahead and get the top on here. Like I said, I'm just trying to kind of line up the Harlequin pattern with what's on the hat. It's going to just do a little bit at a time with the hot glue. Oops. Alright, let's just add a few more beads of hot glue here. Just press it down. Alright, now I need to glue it to the brim, and I will also be cutting a hole out of it so it can go over that piece of metal because that does not come out. I also have this orange ribbon that I folded over that I want to add to the hat, and it pretty much matches the terracotta. Let's go ahead and get this glued on. Alright, there it is. And I'm going to be adding a button to the back of this to cover up the seam. And then we'll get it glued on to Pumpty Dumpty. Alright, so here he is. I got the hat glued on. I made a little bow tie for him with some Harlequin ribbon that kind of coordinates with that paper. I added an orange button and a black one on top of that. We're just going to hot glue it to the bottom. And I did do a little bit of shading on the ridges of the pumpkin with that straw color. I also added some of the warm white to tone down the black. And there he is. Let's check him out. I think he is so adorable. I love how he turned out. I can't wait to decorate with him this year. Well, my sweet friends, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and please be sure to check out everybody's videos. I have the playlist link down below, along with the host channel links too. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.